Blessings, good evening. We'll begin with some quiet meditation for a short period. So please find a comfortable sitting position, either on the floor or in a chair is fine. Close your eyes, bring your attention inwards to your body as you're sitting here right now. This morning, someone came to the monastery and said they'd given up meditation practice because it's too difficult. They followed the instructions to watch their breath, and they could stay with their breath for about 10 seconds. And then their mind wandered away thinking about other things. So I told them that's actually the most normal experience most people will have, especially in the beginning of meditation practice. It's just showing us how much practice we have to do. And when you see how easily distracted your mind is, rather than giving up or quitting, that can also be the motivation for you to try harder and practice patience. This is why the Buddha said patience, endurance is the supreme quality to help you to overcome the mental defilements rooted in greed, anger, delusion. Delusion is a huge part of our mental experience. So when you tell your mind to turn to watch the breath, become aware of the in-breath and the out-breath, delusion will come up straight away, make you forget that instruction and start thinking about something else. And this is why we practice meditation and why it's good to practice regularly. Maybe the first thing is to just determine your mind to sit for the next 10-15 minutes without getting up, without quitting. Once you've agreed with yourself that that's what you're going to do, and find a posture that you feel reasonably comfortable with. Sit up straight so you've got some energy in your body. Remind yourself that it's normal for the mind to wander around all over the place or else fall asleep. These are very normal experiences, so don't let them bother you. But you can help your mind to pay attention to the present moment, to your body, to the breath. First of all, just by giving some work to your mind. The first task is just pay attention to your head. Bring attention to your face, your head. Just notice how you feel right now, at this time. Notice the feeling of the air on your skin. Could be warmer, cooler. Notice any sensations in your head. Itches, tingling sensations, or just neutral feelings, hardly anything happening at all. Or notice if there's any pain, especially around the jaws, because there's a lot of muscle movement around our jaws. Sometimes tension arises as we grind our teeth together. It's an expression of maybe tension, anxiety. Notice that. If you have it, just relax. Same for your cheek muscles, your forehead. Some people scrunch up their forehead, trying to concentrate the mind, but to the point where they actually feel uncomfortable. So now move your attention down from the face through your body, down your arms to your hands, down your chest to your abdomen to your waist, down your legs to your toes. Just gently move your attention slowly through your body, getting to know how you feel right here, right now. The feeling of your clothes, the feeling of the floor if you're on the floor, the feeling of the air on your skin, aches and pains in your joints, tension in your muscles, but also feelings of neutral spaces, neutral areas in your body where not much is happening at all. And unless you put your attention there, you don't really notice that spot. You may even have pleasure as you're sitting down and feeling more relaxed. You can notice that. Now bring your awareness back up to the feeling of the in-breath and the out-breath. If you don't know where to focus, then focus at the tip of your nostrils. Some people breathe fast, and that's okay. Some people breathe slowly. Some people just breathe at a very normal, average pace. The aim is to be fully aware of each in-breath, each out-breath at the position or the point that you've chosen. And to train your mind to let go of those distracting thoughts that seem so important. Remind yourself they're not important. Your breath is your best friend at this time. It's the breath you want to get to know. So be willing to pull your mind back from all the problems, the memories, the plans. That willingness to let go. It's like one way of looking at it is giving up to the Dhamma, to the truth. So turning away from your usual thinking habits, but not falling asleep, not going into a daze, bringing attention to the in and out breath and using that as a way to bring up mindful awareness, to let go of everything else. Sometimes you can take a few deep breaths if you lose awareness of your breath. Because if you're sitting for a while, the body becomes more still, the breath can become quite subtle and you lose awareness of it. Either because you forget it, or the actual sensation becomes so subtle it's quite hard to find it. So you can check yourself by just taking a breath in, breath out a bit more deeply than usual. Becoming aware of your breath, you're becoming aware of your whole life. Because this body cannot function without breath, without the oxygen that goes into the bloodstream, and that blood will flow around your body, helping each cell to live, to grow. So no breath, no life. And the breath also reflects our state of mind. You'll notice if you have a stronger emotional state arise, it affects your breathing. And your breathing affects your state of mind. They each influence each other. So as you're sitting here, being more still, putting attention on the breathing, you'll notice there's very little external stimulation, which is one reason why we easily fall asleep. But you also notice how the body is settling down into a rhythm, and your mind is less stirred up, less excited, less agitated. And the breath can be a very useful meditation object to help deal with anxiety, stress, anger, worry, fear, and desire as well. Helping your mind to calm down because you're being mindful of the breath. The breath becomes more subtle, more refined. Your mind state should actually become more steady. As you keep turning attention to the breath, of course it's frustrating when your mind wanders away, so that's why you need the patience and the effort. But as you keep doing it, you're learning more and more about yourself, bringing your attention inwards. Most of the day you've sent your attention outwards into the world and reacting to the world with pleasure and pain, with interest, with boredom, whatever. Now you're just developing mindfulness with the breathing, knowing the breath in, knowing the breath out. So body and mind are experiencing more stillness, more relaxation. This is a very valuable, helpful experience, if only briefly. It's actually a practice of compassion for yourself as one human being. So as you become more mindful of the breath, you're not creating stress or suffering for yourself. Of course, stress and suffering can still come up into your mind And that's why you have to keep returning to the breath, to make the breath very prominent, very clear. And to use it as a tool for letting go of everything else. You're doing something very beneficial for yourself, as an act of compassion. Whatever small or greater benefits you gain from this meditation, this will also help other people. And the way your meditation improves is just through small individual moments of mindfulness, where you pay attention to the in-breath and you know that. Pay attention to the out-breath and you know that. And these small individual moments of mindfulness begin to join together into a more steady, continuous flow of mindfulness. The mind and the breath stick together better. And the distracting thoughts bother you less. Thoughts may still arise, memories still come up, but you can naturally let them go and return to the breath. Even painful feelings may come up to bother you as you're sitting. As you turn to the breath, you have enough mindfulness to be aware of any feelings, sensations coming up. But being aware of them doesn't mean to say you have to react. You don't necessarily have to stop meditating or become irritated or react negatively to any aches and pains in your body. Rather, you just know them. Know them without creating any stress around them. So this act of putting effort into becoming mindful of the in and out breath is an act of compassion for yourself, and it will also have its flow-on effect for other people around you. So we just carry on sitting for a little bit longer till you hear the sound of the bell.